what triggered me to see a counselor was my breakup, because it was horrible. It was horrible because it was this thing that I put in my sweat and tears, everything. I put my every egg in there. I worked hard for it, and then it didn't work out. I was disappointed in myself. I was disappointed in it not working. I felt like I lost a big part of my life, all these things.
What's up, guys, and welcome to the Art Scene Show. My name is Chepto Ekboyo, and today we have Manasseh Nyagah, who is an actor, a TV presenter, and a content creator. Welcome to the show, Manasseh.
Thank you very much.
Karibu sana.
Good to see you.
Good to see you.
Yeah, except I saw you last week. But before that, it had been so long.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Since modeling days.
Days. That's a long time ago.
And that's like 10 years plus.
Yeah.
Imagine.
Guys, fun fact. Boy and I used to model together, Kitambo. But how she came way ahead of me. Yeah. So she was modeling for a couple of years, and then I came and joined them.
And then as we were living.
And then you guys were leaving, and then I was left there for a bit, and then I also left. It was a good run. Really enjoyed modeling those days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now the industry is so changed.
So much has changed. Honestly, yeah, you're right. But I feel like every season with its people.
Yeah.
And yeah, I guess even by the time in the next 5 years, it's going to change again.
Yeah.
I think, yeah.
So we all have to evolve.
Yes.
Yeah. So Manasseh, I have introduced you as an actor, TV presenter, content creator, but also nimekuona uki-MC. I feel like you do a cocktail of stuff.
Right.
So tell guys.
Wow.
Tell guys what you do.
Oh, so guys, I'm gonna mention my main things, which is acting, TV presenting, and content creation. MCing is really a byproduct of what I do mainly, which is performing arts, which is acting and presenting. So arguably, I find myself in front, holding a mic in front of a crowd, and I speak to the mic. So I love to MC, and I mainly find myself in corporate gigs and. So launches, awards, etc.
Hatuwezi kupata kwa concert.
When I was younger, and I used to host a music-based show. I actually hosted 1 or 2 concerts. Because I was trying to find my voice. Where do I fit? And then eventually I felt like I was more comfortable in the corporate space.
Yeah.
So
I see you as a corporate guy.
Right?
Concert, you have to be cray.
You have to be cray. Energy. No, it's crazy. Yeah.
Everything is 100.
Absolutely.
Yeah, because I see like you have a chilled personality.
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay. So let me take you back to your childhood.
Yeah.
Born and raised where? How many siblings do you have?
Born and raised in Meru, Kenya. My older siblings were not born there. I have 4 siblings, so so we are all 5, and I am 4th.
Okay.
And my parents were very creative with it, so it's girl, boy, girl, myself, boy, and then girl. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So I was born in Meru, Kenya, and. However, my parents are from central Kenya. Yeah, so I get the privilege to speak both Kikuyu and Meru fluently, and I really enjoy it.
Wow. Yeah. That's a privilege.
Yeah.
Schools you went to?
So I went to a primary school in Meru. During my years in primary school, my school was you see how they used to create ranking for schools because of performance for KCPE and etc. So my school was number 1 in Eastern Province, and it was top 10 in Kenya. I went to a really amazing school, and I'm really grateful to that school because it also.
What's the name of this school?
It's called Kanyakine Boys Boarding. It also put me in a position where, I was exposed to drama at a very young age. So throughout from class 5 to class 8, I was in the nationals just as a kid, just finding myself, finding my voice. And that's how I really fell in love with the art.
Wow.
Yeah. So, that's
primary, high school.
That's primary. In high school, I went to a high school in Meru that I don't want to talk about.
High school.
Nothing much. And this is not your cue to go find it because you guys. All right, yeah. So, for me, my highlight for high school is are three things: responsibility, and you're becoming a young adult and you're discovering yourself, and you have to be responsible for yourself. That's number one. Number two, I used to play basketball in high school, and I was so good. I scored myself a scholarship to go and study and play basketball in Japan.
Wow.
But then, this story is very interesting every time I tell it. So here's the thing. So the catch for you to go study in Japan is the school that was enrolling us for scholarship only allowed us to go and study nursing. And then, so it's
limited.
It's limited, yeah. Nursing, and then you would be able to practice nursing there. But you see, they allowed you to go into their country. For the first 1 year, you were going to do nothing. Just get allowance, get accommodated, get pocket money, and just study the language for a year. And then the following year, now you join the university while you still play basketball for the university, and then you get a scholarship to study nursing. And then after that, they would guarantee you a job, and then you'd start a life. So
you didn't see
backtracking. Growing up, I had a really crazy and really horrible immune system. I was literally in and out of hospital throughout my childhood.
Pole sana.
So I tell you what, that I have never had a desire. I'm not those kids who are like, I want to be a doctor. I never wanted to be in hospital.
Because of that,
in and out of hospital. It was just, what I associated with hospitals was just me feeling like my life could go at any time. Or maybe I just feel sick. Yeah, so when I had nursing was the option, I was like, hell no. You and your Japan, get out. So that's how I decided to not go that direction.
Wow. A very interesting story. Right. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. University?
After high school, I came to the University of Nairobi. I enrolled to SOJ, which is a school of journalism. My major was PR. I was there. I joined in September 2011. Yeah, I left in 2014, late 2014.
You left when I was joining.
Really?
I did things.
How come? You did things the other way around.
I did things the other way. So I did my diploma, got employed, because now my dad couldn't afford university. So I did my diploma in journalism.
Right.
Went to work.
Yeah.
While working, went back to school to do my degree.
Wow.
So I did broadcast production at SOJ.
Right.
So I went in 2014.
Right.
And finished in 2017.
That's wonderful. Wow. I see. Like, how's your experience at SOJ?
Hey, kwanza kutafuta hizo marks after you've done exams.
Tell me about that.
And you want to graduate.
Why is that so horrible?
And then I was told that my cut for first year was not in the
available.
system. I'm like, how?
Yeah. How did I get to these other
this
years
end without those marks?
Are you kidding
and
me?
Why did you tell me at the end of first year so that we make sure it's in the portal?
The craziest thing is that I experienced the same thing you said. And then you find,
Then you make your rounds to all the lecturers. If they're still.
If they're still there.
With the school.
Can you imagine? Anyway, so that was me. But then I just... I got an opportunity to not really intern, but just experience my friends who used to work on radio at their radio shows. I used to just go in and sit in to just see how it's done. So I regard that as my internship. But then went back to the job space. At some point, I was doing events. I was just trying to find myself, find my voice. But I knew I was doing all these things that I was trying to do, building up to what I really wanted to do. Yeah, which was acting and TV. So I was hustling part time and auditioning part time.
Auditioning is a whole career,
it's
by the way.
whole job commitment. I remember at some point we used to have like this crew of actors where we used to call ourselves audition celebrities because we were in every audition.
Auditions.
Yeah. So and then over the years I've been part of a bunch of shows, different TV shows, but then in 2017 and end of 2017, boom, ended up on TV and then grew from there.
Wow.
Yeah.
I heard that you really wanted to be on radio.
Yeah.
Why was that important to you?
Okay. So growing up, it's a very interesting story as well. Growing up, so like I mentioned, I have 3 older siblings, and growing up, okay, let me paint a picture for you. So our firstborn sister has a 1 year gap between her and my brother, and then there's a 2 year gap between my brother and my other sister, and then between her and myself there's an 11-year gap. Yes. There was literally I wasn't planned for. I don't know what happened.
Like the parent had finished, but not finished.
Here I am.
Yeah.
So anyway, growing up, well, they're teenagers. Like I'm telling you, there's an 11-year-old gap, year gap. So I'm a bit young, but so I'm trying to show you what kind of entertainment they were enjoying at that time. So what's happening is they're enjoying a lot of this is back in Meru, so they were enjoying one of the stations that they were listening to was KBC English Service, and it used to play some really amazing music.
Yeah.
And especially over lunch, there was this time called I think there was a show called Lunch Hour something, and it would play such amazing music. And also there was like a sundowner show.
Yeah, for the evening.
For the evening, they would play really fantastic music. And one of the presenters that would always come to the radio was John Karani.
Oh, yeah.
John
He used to have dope shows.
Legendary. I have tremendous, amazing, like crazy respect for him. He was so good. And so I just remember this feeling as a young kid, feeling that this guy sounded so amazing, so eloquent. He had such a vibe. And so, for those who don't know, my name is Manasseh Nyagah. K actually is Karani. So, I convinced my mom. Yeah, I tried to convince my mom to change my name from Manasseh to John. Because I just wanted to be that guy on radio.
Wow.
I just wanted to be that guy on radio. And so that's where my love for radio stems from. And then from there, my passion for the media space just grew, and I just wanted to find out more. So curious about the space. Yeah, and that is it, all about radio. But now I'm not sure if I want to be on radio anymore.
No, you're not sure at all.
I'm not sure. Years have gone. Priorities have changed. Right now, I'm really just focusing on my acting, and TV goes in hand with acting. Very. I just feel I don't know if I have the time for radio right now.
Yeah, you have to be committed.
I have to be committed. Radio pins me in a particular city.
Yes.
For a particular number of days of the week, each and every week, for every month. For the year, it's crazy.
It's not that there's not much flexibility.
Exactly.
With
Yeah.
Okay. So let's talk about TV.
Yes.
You were working for Switch TVs.
Yes.
What was the name of the show?
It was called Switchboard.
Yes.
Switchboard. Yeah. It was a music entertainment show. Yeah.
And you got an opportunity to interview T.I.
Yes.
The American
rapper. Yes.
How was that experience like?
First of all, let it be known that I'm the only guy who actually interviewed T.I.
Yes, I remember that.
So what happened was, first of all, that experience was really amazing. It's one of those experiences where you sit down and pinch yourself with, wow, did this just happen? Is this real? Yeah, I mean, I just wanted to host and have fun when I was starting, but then, you find yourself in front of people that feel very out of reach. Yeah, and so for me, that experience was such a green light, and I was feeling like this is just such an it's such a stamp. Like you're meant to be here. Go, keep going, keep doing what you're doing, enjoy what you're doing. Yeah, you're doing it, because even the reception that I was getting from the invite of the people who are hosting TI here, they were just like, hey, we need you to come, we want you there. It's such a lot of such affirmations.
Yeah.
And it was such a huge green light for me. Yeah. So I treasure it. It's in my saved files. Yeah, I can't lose it.
that is dope.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
So if you were to go back to TV now,
Yes,
because you've taken a little bit of a break,
yes.
what kind of shows are you looking to do?
Attention, producers. So if I were to go back to TV right now, the kind of show that I would really gravitate towards would be most definitely a lifestyle show. Actually, as we speak, and I beg to that you forgive my ignorance if I am not right. I have not seen any lifestyle show currently on air on any TV station. I feel like there's a gap, and I feel like I would really kill it. And lifestyle show, I mean, like just a combo of everything: fashion, food, travel, self-care, everything all around.
Yeah.
I feel like that would be the show for me, because for two reasons. Every day would be different, because you'll be interacting with different personalities, different, experience different activities. And then, secondly, this show can literally be shot anywhere and everywhere in the world, Yeah. Yeah. So.
And it doesn't have to be daily.
Yeah, it doesn't have
weekly.
It doesn't have to be a daily thing. That's another thing. Yes. That is so important to me. Yeah. Because me, I'm crazy. In terms of I'm very adventurous. Sometimes I just wake up and just go to the airport and I take off. And I want to do that with my life.
Yeah.
Yeah. That kind of flexibility is nice.
Now you're making waves into the content creation world.
Right.
How did you get into doing that?
I did not get into it. It's like it got me into it.
Oh.
Yes.
So it wasn't planned, intentional?
I was not intentional I was not an intentional content creator when I was starting. I promise. So I stumbled into it, to be honest, and I keep telling guys. So you see, my acting and TV presenting work generally just blew up my numbers.
Yeah.
So when that happened on social media, when you have attention and you have you have that, you're retaining following, and your engagement is high because of whatever that you're doing, people are interested in it. One random afternoon, I got a call, and this person said, hey, my name is so and so, I'm from this agency, and we are interested in working with you. I was like, okay, working with me, how? And then they explained that so we represent this particular brand, and we would like you to be an ambassador for the brand.
Okay.
So to start off, we're going to offer you a 3 months contract. Then we see how we work together for the 3 months. Then after that, we can be able to renew it.
Yeah.
Then I was like, I thought this was a scam. So I was like, yeah, can we do a physical meeting?
Let's put a face into this whole thing.
Into this voice, yeah. So we did a meeting with my management, and this was legit as they come. Yeah. I left that meeting shaking my head, thinking, wait, you guys want to pay me to post on my page? I already do it and nobody pays me. So yes, pay me. Pay me.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's how I stumbled into my first contract. And then going into that and creating content, I got lost into it. I fell in love with it. I was like, wow, this is a whole space that, and even with the background of acting is like, bringing content from idea to life is so fulfilling.
Yeah.
So that's how I ended up here, and I've been enjoying it since then. It's been so fulfilling. I'm really enjoying it so far. Yeah, and
thriving at the same time.
Thank you. Yeah.
So now that you're in this space, what are some of the changes you had to make to now do it consistently?
Oh, right. Some of the changes that I had to make is, like, first of all, like, okay. First of all, very interesting question, very good question. First of all, I need to change because I create lifestyle content. I needed to change my environment, my day-to-day environment. Mm-hmm. For example, like, I was really comfortable at my old house, but I discovered I create a lot of home content. Mm-hmm. The self-care content, the day in a life. Even if you're doing an unboxing, you're doing it in your house. So many things. Even if you're doing like a boys hangout and you want to capture it, you're doing it at home. So much content happen at home. Mm-hmm. So one of the things I needed to change is to change where I stay. I needed more of a Pinteresty home, more of a home that is eye candy. Everything is Instagram.
Sell aspiration to your audience.
Everything is Instagrammable in the space. I don't think about watching chase na angle. I shoot anything and everything because
camera can roam
because everything is So that's one of the things I changed. Another thing I had to change is like I needed to get representation, someone who can be able to negotiate on my behalf, someone who represents me, someone who basically is looking out for me in the business space. And then thirdly, another thing I needed to change, now, the same way the first job came to me that I was called, I stopped waiting for people to call me.
Aha.
So
you started looking for these jobs. I started looking.
So now I am aware. I'm aware of who I am. I'm aware of what kind of brand I am and what I represent. And I see how I can be able to, place this mic into my life and be able to put it out and be able to create value for the manufacturers of the mic. Mm-hmm. So I am actively reaching out to partners and bringing value on the table and eventually partnering and growing. Yes. So those are some of the maybe two things I would say I have. Also another thing is like honestly investing into the brand. Mm-hmm. And investing also that means like for example what I talk about my current space. Investing is that you're all in
your style.
In my style, always shopping. You're all reinvesting. Also when I'm traveling, like, do you know? I think people should know this. Honestly, I have never worked with a travel company. If you see me in any country, in any destination, I have paid for it. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I literally invest in myself.
It's not sponsored.
It's not sponsored. I've never worked with a travel company. Yeah.
Okay. Now that you've said you had to make some changes to adapt to your new content creation lifestyle, how important is it as a content creator to remain truthful?
Yes.
To what you show and what you sell online?
For me, I feel like that is one of the most important things. That people have got to be authentic. Mm-hmm. Because, you look at Boyo and you're like, hey, for Boyo, makeup in a work and hair content and this content. So it's working for her and it's blowing up. So I'm going to do that. You copy that, you start doing it. Mm-hmm. The danger you put yourself in is that literally in under 3 months, you will be fatigued.
Yeah.
You'll be worn out. You'll be tired because you're doing something that you think works, but you don't necessarily like or love.
Uh-huh.
So that really just kills your psyche. You'll always be having, you shoot up and then you're like energy gone because you're not doing something that you love. My bottom line is like, just create content that you love. Mm-hmm. You're like everything that I do, every piece of content that I create is my reality. It's my day-to-day life. And that's what I feel like. It's authentic. It has to be authentic. It has to be, because what it gives you power for longevity.
Yeah.
Because you're not curating it. It's not acted. This is you. You know, there's just a camera in front of you there. Yeah, so I think that's one of the most important things, honestly. And it's important because you're trying to be here long term. You're trying to be here for a long time so you can reap the most fruits that you can.
Yeah.
Yeah, so longevity, for sure. Yeah.
Truthful, a must.
Yeah, truthful content. Yeah. Yeah, not unless it's film work, it has to be truthful.
Yeah.
If there's no script, then, you know. Yeah.
And again, you don't have to fake it now. You don't have to put yourself in situations where you can't maintain a certain lifestyle. Now that you've shown us this and we have bought into it, we as the audience, we want to see you maintain it.
Yes. The audience wants to see you maintain it.
Yeah.
So if you're selling something that you cannot maintain, that can be tricky. That can be tricky for sure.
You said earlier you work with specific brands.
Yes.
Which ones will you not work with? Like which set of group of brands is not you?
Basically, my approach is I'm trying to see how to put it. So basically, my approach is I'm open to work with all brands, but at the end of the day, there are brands that I cannot exactly bring value to. And there are brands that cannot exactly bring value to me. So the main question is, does my brand and the brand of the product gel? That's the most important thing for me. I have to look and see, hey, Sasa, this product, where do if a product does not seamlessly gel into my life, I don't take that product.
No matter the money.
No matter the money, because it's not going to be truthful. If you're keen, you'll see me struggling with the content. You'll see that this is not authentic. Yes. You know those people on your timelines who are posing with a bottle and they're telling you, drink this. You know,
and you never see them enjoying the product.
It will be that kind of content. It will be that kind of content. And I can't stand such kind of content. So for me, I have to see how we gel. If it's, for example, it's a margarine. I need to see how, you know, am I a sandwich maker? Am I a bread eater? You know, like, do I eat bread often? Like, how is that just gonna come into my breakfast? Easy peasy. You know, am I on a phone campaign? Yeah, I'm on a phone and I'm shooting on my phone all the time. I'm traveling. I'm always on my camera. That gels in. But let me give an example of what would it be? You know, let's say arguably something that I really don't use. I'm not finding something right now. But then, you know, that would never really work for me. So that's how I just choose to.
Okay.
Yeah. That's really my criteria, nothing much. Yeah. Yeah.
Let's talk acting.
Yes.
You recently featured on Uradi,
Right.
a Netflix film.
Right.
How was it working with Mwaura Bilal
Yes.
and Shix Kapyenga?
Actually, to be honest, those are two of my favorite people in the industry. Yes. Yeah. And not necessarily because of that film. The thing with Mwaura and I met so many years back, and he was so gentle. He was such a fantastic guy. He was already in the industry, but not in the TV and film world, but he was in the theater space, and he was doing really great there. And I met him back then, and he was really open to even just guide me when I was starting out. Such an amazing dude. And then for Shix Kapyenga, we met on set of Uradi for the first time. Yes. Funny thing is, we really hit it off, and we became such good buddies. Yeah, I think Kapyenga, she's fantastic. yeah, so it was really fantastic working with them. Their experience was everything. It was gold. And yeah, that was so fulfilling. Yeah.
Are you guys still friends?
We're still friends. Yeah. Yeah. Why? Umesikia kitu. We're still friends.
Nataka tu kujua because when I watched the film, the connection was there.
Yeah.
So sometimes we can assume it's that in real life. Kumbe hawasikizani. So I just wanted to know.
We're still friends. Yeah, we're still friends. We meet in industry events mostly, honestly. Yeah, and sometimes we meet intentionally. We look for each other, but we're still friends. Actually, as a matter of fact, Shix Kapyenga and myself, we are on another movie that is about to drop in less than a month.
Okay.
Yes.
Are you allowed to talk about it?
Yeah, I can talk a little bit about it. Not much, but just a little bit. Yeah.
Still on Netflix or a different platform?
So it's going to premiere locally at a theater, at a cinema first. So we're going to welcome you guys to come see it at the premiere, and then it's going to have a cinema run, for a couple of weeks, and then after that it's going to go on an online platform. I can't tell you which one yet. You'll find out. Yes.
Okay. So guys, make sure Amanda kuona the premiere.
Yeah, I'll be announcing it on my Instagram.
Yeah.
I'll talk about it on my socials. Yes. Soon than later. Yeah.
When Uradi premiered on Netflix, how was the feedback and what surprised you the most?
The feedback was really great. I mean, the film was trending at number 1 for a couple of weeks, trending top 10 for a couple of, for maybe 3 months. Yeah, it was such a close to home story because this story is about terrorism. It's really based on Dusit and how, the place was bombed, and terrorism and etc. And it captured, this angle of young people being lured into this, terrorism and many other negative things just because you really want to get money. Yeah, it's such a close to home story, and the reception was so good. Till today, I meet guys who are like, when is JMO? Yeah, guys are like, when is JMO? Yeah. So what really surprised me is how people resonated with my character. I did not expect that, because arguably I wasn't really the main guy. The main guy was Mwaura, but I was the bridge between Mwaura and this crazy world.
The connector.
I was a connector.
And also you were selling this aspiration that colleague guys have.
Yes.
I want the best crib, the best clothes, the best women, or the best guys.
Yeah. So that really surprised me, the way people connected with my character. People really loved the character. Yeah, and what I did not like about it is that most people think that's who I am in person. Missy Jemo.
No.
Yeah. Such a great experience.
Yeah. Right now I'm seeing there's a lot of production coming out.
Right.
Especially in Kenya. Something that wasn't happening.
Yeah.
Like every other week, what's the name? Showmax is releasing something on ESTV or even Netflix or the web series.
Yeah.
Being someone who has been in the industry and starred in several roles.
Yes.
What do you think of the industry now compared to, let's say, 5-10 years ago?
Yes. That's a fantastic question. I love this question because I'm so happy to answer it. Let me tell you. The thing is, comparing 10 years ago, 5 years ago, and now, it's like night and day. Why? There's at least twice, if not thrice as many opportunities as there were back then. When I was starting out, there were maximum 5 sets running concurrently.
Yeah.
There was one or two shows on Citizen. There was like a show for NTV, a flagship show for KTN, a flagship show for. They were like
Citizen.
literally, they were like, sets that were running concurrently. So it's either you're on this show, Like you couldn't,
and you couldn't be on two shows.
You couldn't be on two shows for different stations.
At your there's competition within stations.
Yes,
and you're going to confuse the audience.
Apparently, how crazy was that? Yeah. So the good thing with now is like, there's probably like 15, 20, 25 sets running at the same time. You know. Yeah, people producing independent content for that is already commissioned for different stations. So much is happening. If you've ever wanted to be an actor or even someone who works in the film space behind the scenes, this is such a great time for you.
Yeah.
So even get out there and set your net out, and trust me, you'll capture something. It's so exciting to be in such a vibrant industry right now. So many things happening, you know. So that's wonderful. More work for actors, more work for actors, more opportunities. Actors and people who work in film are generally living
off acting. Yeah,
it's amazing.
Yeah,
it's fantastic. Yeah.
Being in the industry for now over 10 years,
yes.
How has your approach in acting changed? Is it the same style you're doing when you're starting?
Right.
Amasai, you're doing something different?
I'm definitely doing something different because I believe you keep learning each and every day. Currently, I'm working with an acting coach. You know, it's just to seek, you know, growth, to seek more, to build more into my intentionality, to just understand myself better, to understand what kind of an actor I am, you know, to see the lengths that I can be able to go to and etc. And also build technique when it comes to, you know, tapping into my emotion, because that's what acting is all about. How can I be able to switch up from from sad, happy, angry, you know, lonely, or everything, you know, how can I be able to encompass everything in me and be able to tap it, you know, when it's time to do it. So that's one of the things that I'm really doing different. Another thing that I'm doing different is that I'm very intentional with the kind of roles that I want to play moving forward. Like, honestly, I'm telling you, like, it's been a season of saying no. And it doesn't feel great to say no.
Saying no to what roles?
Saying no to some roles that I feel will not contribute to where I'm trying to go. Because you see, like, you know, at the end of the day, as an actor is an artist. That means an artist is a brand, and the brand is going to be maintained in a certain way. So you can't arguably be doing on this particular project that has done so great. You've done a role that puts you here. You can't do another role that puts you here. You've got to create an environment for your brand, that your brand thrives and keeps growing. So I've got to challenge myself as an actor. So I'm really keen on not playing the same role just on different projects, because that's so easy.
Yeah, you're not evolving.
Yeah, you're not evolving. You're just playing JMO, just cast in a different movie. JMO anafanya the same thing. You know, good-looking guy, attracted, with chilling with nice, hot women. You know, driving a good car from a good family. Like, I mean, it's the same role just for different films. I just, you know, so my challenge would be, you know, pushing myself to try something that is really out of my comfort zone, and that has been my criteria to pick, you know, to take up roles moving forward. Yeah. So I'm intentional with it, and I mean, it's tough because because, you know, people are used to you playing a certain role, and that's the role they want you to play, and that's not the role you want. So yeah,
you have to say no.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, I'm a person who's really in touch with themselves. Self-awareness is like king for me. I practice lots of meditation and finding myself, and, you know, staying centered, and yeah. So I'm very aware about what I want and what I'm working towards. So I'm in a place where I really don't struggle to say no anymore. Yes.
Yeah, you're not limited.
I'm not limited. Yes, I feel like there's enough in the world for everybody, for me, and the right one will come.
Wow. Yes. Living in abundance.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I'm telling you. Yes, living in abundance. Like, man, I can't explain to you.
That's a nice way to live. Yeah. You've just talked about getting an acting coach and getting to learn how to deal with emotions and switching in different, what do you call it? Emotions, from happy to sad and all that, angry. And even earlier you said that guys still call you Jemo or think you're Jemo. And in acting, you have to dig into your emotions very much. So how do you balance the work demand of you being in these emotional situations and now your real life balance? Because I think it takes a toll.
Yeah, it can be crazy. It can really be crazy. So for me, when I'm on set for a particular project, I plan ahead. So what it is I do, I try to like shoot my content in bulk, way ahead of like me starting, the production for the particular film or series or whatever. So I shoot in bulk, and then so I can be able to release these pieces of content while I'm still filming, for acting. So, but when I release them, they look real time, so it doesn't affect my work that much.
Okay.
So for the acting piece, for the acting work, I really, give myself time to really get into the character. I like, production houses that make you do read-throughs where like a month before starting shooting. So you sit on your script, you have it, you read it, you understand it. Yeah, and I also take time to even gel with the characters that I am going to be working with. For example, if I have a friend on the script, I'll call them up and I'll hang out with them, and we will, discuss the script, and we'll, discuss why do you think this guy is acting like this? What does he need? What is he trying to communicate? Yeah, so I don't know whether that answers your question.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, so basically, that's how I try preparation. I try to find that balance. I think preparation is so important. That is what helps an actor show up on set day one without not tensed.
Yeah,
because you feel ready.
Yeah,
you feel like you got ready. Yeah, and you're so right. I found myself in a position where I need to be on set next week, and I've not gone through this script properly.
These monologues.
Because you've been busy. And the last thing you want to do as an experienced actor is be on set and you don't have your lines. First of all, that is unacceptable.
Yeah.
Yes.
What would you say are some of the fulfilling moments you have had as an actor?
Getting nominated for Kalasha, for best supporting actor in a film for Uradi. Yeah, Jemo actually really killed it. Yeah, so that was really wonderful. That was such a great green light. Another highlight for me would be, this lady Eve D'Souza. So Eve Vashita. So Eve, honestly, I was on Vashita for 2 seconds. Literally, I was there for just a couple of episodes. But one thing I can tell you is that Eve has been an inspiration for me for a long time because of everything she's been able to do with her career. I mean, she was on radio, she at Capital FM, she was on TV, she was hosting Vibe City for a minute. With DJ
I think there was some travel show. She
was on a travel adventure show. And then basically, she's been able to do everything that I do on a different scale, in a very fantastic way. So for me being with Eve on set, and it was just me and her doing lines together, that was amazing. It was fantastic. Yeah, I really love Eve. She's fantastic. She's wonderful, man. Yeah, so that was a highlight as well in my career. And generally my overall, highlight is, is actually to think that, this is what I want to do. To actually go through a lot of casting, and learning about the space, and to actually end up doing it. Doing it to the extent where anybody who's anybody in this world of acting in this country, I can just call them and just talk to them casually, like these are colleagues.
And they will engage you.
Absolutely.
They won't be like, Nani, okay, I'll call you back.
Yeah, like that is so amazing to actually be part of the craft. Yeah, because it was always looking in from outside.
Yeah,
and then being part of it is just wonderful. Yeah.
Do you see yourself evolving into directing and producing?
Never say never. Yeah, but anyway, producing is something I've already started, to be honest. Like last year I produced not necessarily in the film space, but last year I produced a series of ads for a campaign that I was working on. It's a sensitization campaign against drinking and driving. Sensitization for young people and everybody in general. So I was able to produce that series of ads. So producing is definitely something I'm gonna do. Maybe directing, not at this time, because I really want to grow as an actor, and I really I see room for me to achieve more in that space, and I'm gonna focus more on that, maybe in the future. But producing, I wanna concurrently do it as I act. I think it's important for me to produce because it just empowers other people, creating opportunities, being part of the ecosystem, being part of the solutions, and more work is more solutions. So, I want to do that.
Tuingie hapa social media. Social media has its own life.
Yes.
It's like a different world.
It's a whole world by itself. For real. Yes.
So now, there's a photo you took with Michelle Ntalami.
Woo!
And that picture went viral.
Yeah.
With a lot of rumors around it that you guys were an item.
Right.
Were they true? Ama ilikuwa tu urafiki?
Michelle Ntalami. I don't know how to explain this, but Michelle Ntalami is one of my favorite people in the world. I really love Michelle. She's fantastic, and we have such a really great relationship.
Relationship meaning friendship or dating?
No.
We have great relationship.
Michelle and I are not dating. No, that's not true. And that picture was taken then. I really don't know which picture that exactly is that. Or maybe you're gonna cut it into here. So
I think I'm gonna put that picture.
Yeah, but anyway, what did you ask again?
The picture and if you're dating Michelle.
No, I'm not dating Michelle, and we're just really great friends. We are really great friends.
Nice.
Yeah.
So, are you in a relationship? Are you seeing someone?
Where can I write this? I need a placard. I need a placard.
Okay, we will put it here.
No, I am single. I'm single, and I'm single by choice, to be honest. I'm really single by choice.
So you're doing something like me by choice.
Yeah, I'm in a place where I am very self-aware. I know what I want. Is there something like very self-aware? No, I am self-aware.
You keep on growing in it.
Yeah, you keep growing in it. So I am intentionally being by myself right now. I mean, I was in a serious relationship that ended about 1.5 years ago. And I thought she was the one. I was hoping she was going to be the one. And I honestly did everything in my power for that relationship to work. It did not work out. Yeah, I moved on. Okay, and then so
it did not work out. Like she ended it, or you decided it's not working out and you ended it. It was a mutual agreement.
Give or take. No details really. Yeah, okay. But moving forward, took my time to really detach, go through my emotions, figure it out, heal, get ahead. Yeah, and then I just found myself in this place where like what was really fulfilling me in that time was my work and finding tapping into my self-love again. And it was amazing, and I've just been focusing on that. And I've since found this place that I'm at where I'm comfortable with myself. And I really want to get to a certain few goals that I have set for myself before I can be able to settle down. Yeah. And settling down is something I really want to do. I'd love a really amazing family. Picture perfect family.
So for you, dating is not just boyfriend and girlfriend.
Absolutely
for
not.
you when you're dating, it has to lead to marriage. Like you think of it long term.
I think about it long term. I have no business being with someone I don't want to be with long term. Why am I with you in the first place? Yeah, I can then I can as well not be with you then, and be with as many people as possible, or just be a free bird where I can be like, this works for me today, this does not work for me anymore. I want this today. Honestly, for me, I just want to. I just want to be intentional, and when I decide this is the person I'm seeing, I want to see them like for real. Yeah.
Now you've just talked about being single for almost a year or over a year.
Yeah, a year and a half past. Yeah.
Yeah, intentionally healing.
Yes.
How important is that for a person? Because I see most people. We break up today, tomorrow you're hooking up, or you're trying to show me you have moved on.
You're with someone else.
Yeah. So how is healing important after breakup?
Healing is the most important thing after breakup. And so many people, including even my friends, people who are around me, I have seen them break up, and all of a sudden I'm spending a lot of time with them. They're in my space a lot, or I am in their space a lot. And what they're trying to do is make up for that gap. And that gap never goes away until you intentionally make it go away. Healing is very important because what it makes you whole again.
Yeah.
You have been with someone, co-sharing your life with them. You've been pouring out of your cup into theirs, and hopefully vice versa. If not, it's unfortunate. It hurts more, and the cut is deeper. So you have to even take, heal. Maybe longer to heal, relatively. But like once you're out of that relationship, you have to take time to be able to heal. And you have to be intentional to make sure that you fill that cup back up to 100%. But healing is not linear. Some people take 3 months to heal, 1 year to heal, 6 months to heal.
Also, I've realized healing is a process.
It's a process.
Today I'm very happy.
Yeah.
Tomorrow something just triggers you back to zero.
Yes.
And then again you climb your climbing lane.
Yeah. But I think that is not actually okay. I feel like healing is a journey, right? It's a journey. It's not. Eventually, maybe you can get to that destination where you feel like you've healed out of this situation. Okay, but it's a journey. So you build up. But what you're talking about is also, those up and downs and those triggers are like really. It's a really annoying place to be.
Yeah. Because you think you've healed, you've done the work, and then one thing takes you back and you realize, no, I heal. I thought.
Yeah, let me heal. Yeah, and I feel like, everybody heals differently. Like I say, healing is linear, and different things work for different people.
Yeah.
For me, I would say, like, for example, what I did is, like, first of all, I did therapy. That was my first time doing therapy. Like, wow.
Like properly seeing a counselor.
What triggered me to see a counselor was my breakup, because it was horrible. It was horrible because it was this thing that I put in my sweat and tears, everything. I put my every egg in there. I worked hard for it, and then it didn't work out. I was disappointed in myself. I was disappointed in it not working. I felt like I lost a big part of my life, all these things. So, that triggered me to see a counselor, and it really brought a lot of light. What we do not know is that counselors don't have answers for us because they don't know us.
They bring answers out of you.
They bring answers out of us because we know ourselves best. They ask you a question that leads to another question, that leads to another question, then you get to realizations, and you get to see your patterns. And then after I unpacked that relationship, I started unpacking myself to start understanding, who is Manasseh really? Why is Manasseh interested in X, Z, Y? Why does he react like this? What are my triggers? And what is actually my and do I have childhood traumas? There's a friend of mine who's always say, me, I don't have childhood trauma. I don't have childhood trauma. I was brought up well. I really didn't struggle with anything. Growing up, I felt like my parents loved us well. I assure you, like there's a certain way you carry yourself because of something that happened in your childhood. Yes, positive or negative. And this self-awareness is everything. I assure you, strength is being able to talk to people.
Yeah.
And trust me, we being the person who's like, there's this stigma about people thinking, therapy ni watu wamechizi, ni watu hawako sawa,
watu wamelemewa sana.
Trust you me, like I'm in the business of bringing everything that can make my life better, can put me in a better position in my life. Every day, I'm in the business of doing that.
So e-therapy was for how long? Am I still doing it on and off?
So currently on and off, but firstly I did it for like 6 months.
Wow.
So I do a session every week. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So when you look at your future partner, what qualities do you want in this partner?
My future partner is a woman who's very self-aware of themselves. So that means they know what they want. They know their triggers. So because when they are like that, they are able to advise me on how to be able to be there for them, to love them, and where to meet them. That is what informs communication. Sometimes you communicate, but you're not aware of where you're coming from. So you've got to communicate that. So anyway, someone who's very self-aware. I'd also like someone who's visionary, someone who's got a vision, and someone who's got something they're working towards. Someone who's a consistent go-getter. Someone who's like, I want that, I'm gonna go and get it. Yeah. That way I feel safe. I feel like I'm not the only person who's like, who's got things to achieve. Yeah, we all have goals, and we can be able to celebrate each other. We can be able to help each other get to those goals.
Yeah.
Thirdly, I'd definitely love to be. I see a woman who's like really in touch with their spirituality. Yeah, someone who's really centered in their spirituality. And personally, I'm a Christian, and I'm close to my faith, and I practice my faith, and I'm really centered from that particular angle. This is something people probably don't know. People really don't know. Yeah, but I'd love someone who's like centered from that angle. Apart from that, what are the qualities I see in my future partner? But I also like someone who's adventurous. I like someone who's adventurous, someone who we can discover life with, discover the world with, travel with, etc. And lastly, I'd really like someone who really believes in me.
Cheerleader, biggest cheerleader.
Like someone who really believes in me. I think it's so important for someone who believes in you. If like you have doubt in your own home, it's hard to it's hard to make anything happen. Yeah, it's hard to make anything happen because like when I tell you, babe, I want to meet the president. You're supposed to be asking me, like, you're supposed to be like,
I should be giving plans.
Yeah, you should be going to your phone book to see who you know
that knows the president.
Who can know someone else who knows the president. Yeah, and I am willing to do that.
Yeah,
I'm willing to be that person for you. To be your cheerleader, to be the person who affirms you. Yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
Very, very soulful. What will you say was the most challenging period in your life?
My most challenging period of my life was between 2015, between the months of April, May, and I believe November. Yeah, that's the toughest time of my life. In that time, it was still my auditioning era. I was just doing a lot of auditions for both acting and TV. I was hosting these TV platform on YouTube that was created by it was a platform by just some people who like owned like a YouTube channel. So I'd host on that YouTube channel, and it honestly wasn't paying really. It was just it wasn't paying honestly. And so the thing I was relying on during that time was I was doing a lot of events. Like I'd pose as a supplier, so I would supply things to events organizers, getting them from us, the people that own them. I'd make my living that way. I'd figure myself that
like
way.
A middleman. You want something, I'm your plug.
Yes. That's what I was doing mostly. Secondly, I was also auditioning mainly for commercials, etc. And I would get one here, one and there. But so this time was the hardest time of my life because I was staying in these bedsitter in somewhere on Thika Road, and life was so tough, man. Life was so tough. I remember even waking up and there's really no food in the house. There is no breakfast. There is no lunch. There's nothing. I literally have there's a day I woke up and I had I think I had 300 shillings. So I was like, I can't buy a breakfast for 100 bob, because if I do that, so that the same day I had an audition. So I was like, I have to make it to the audition
that you're not even sure that you're going to get it.
Actually, I didn't get it. Because you get the audition and you're even so beaten down. So what happened is I got some mandazis at the shop. I made black coffee. I had black coffee, like 2 pieces of mandazi, and then I went to the stage. I paid for my nikapanda bus, nikatoka bus kutoka Thika Road, nikaingia town, nikatoka town nikaenda nikapanda mati ingine ya kwenda Ngong Road, nikafanya audition, nikarudi sasa the same route bado. By the time your audition ilikuwa inaisha, nilienda huko nikapata long line. By the time your audition ilikuwa inaisha, nikirudi tao ni rush hour, fares zimeshoot. Nilirudi home nikiona kama 30 bob. I haven't eaten the whole day. I'm just like, I'm just really beaten down. Anyway, that was my life during
the few months in 2015.
And let me tell you something. I have older siblings who are arguably have their lives together at that point. I can be like, hey,
bro,
soon is something because I'm not okay. I need X, Y, A, B, C, D. But I want to paint a picture to you of where from 2012, when I was still in uni and auditioning religiously, to 2015, this is a significant, solid amount of time where I've just been repetitively doing this thing that has not really paid off. So my siblings are in this silent place where
they start doubting you.
Yeah, they are doubting.
They want you to win, but at the same time,
exactly,
we have been waiting for this win.
Exactly. They're in this place where they want you to win, but they're like, is this thing really real? Is this gonna work? Maybe it's not meant for this,
Like, bro, and afanya PR.
Yeah, I come from a family where there's nobody who ever worked in entertainment. There has never been a celebrity in my life in our family. No, they don't know anybody who, like, this is such a foreign thing. So that's the space I was in.
Yeah.
So I was feeling very uncomfortable to even reach out to them for anything because I was just like,
because they have also been helping this.
They've also been helping, but they are tired. You know. Yeah.
Understandable.
So anyway, it was really tough. It was sometimes you just, some nights you just even convince yourself like, I need to stop this. This is not working, man. Anyway, it was really tough. How it ended is that, so, in August or in September, I did not pay my rent. I didn't have my rent. Best believe my rent was like 8K. Yeah, I did not pay my rent. And then October started, and I hadn't paid my rent as well. So this time is like late October.
So like 2 months behind.
2 months behind. So I have arrears for like 14K. Only 14K. That time you'd go, hey, this is crazy. That time you'd be in an event or in a club space,
and someone is popping
where you're seeing someone who you hope you can be like eventually. And they're living this life where, like, in one night they've blown up your rent
for 6 months.
For 6 months.
It's a hard place to be.
It's
a very hard place to be.
So anyway, my arrears. So one day, literally, I went to an audition at the Kenya National Theatre. I come back home and I find a padlock. My house was locked. Call the caretaker. He's not picking up. I sat down there and I really broke down. It was the hardest time of my life. I was just like, in that moment, I visualized myself, just getting a job and just leading a normal life, just going to the office.
Wait. Your positivity is on another level. Like in your lowest moment, you've envisioned yourself. Your mind is in the future, the good future.
Yeah, I was just like, I was just like, okay, this has not worked out. I feel like this is the end then. Maybe I just go practice PR then. Maybe. That's what I thought. And so I'd made a friend. So in this block where I was living, there were all 2 bedrooms from the ground up. And then at the rooftop, there were 2 bed sitters, one on this side and one on this side. So I was living on one, in one of them. So I'd made a friend who was living in their family home, just like the 2 bedroom that was just below us. And then, this is very interesting. In that particular night, I just call them and just tell them, what has happened, and I was really low. And they just come up and they're like, just come to the house, that's chill. And I tell them, I can't do that. Your parents are home. This is going to be interesting. And she says, no, my parents are not home. They've gone up country for a week.
God.
You can just come. You can stay as long as you want. Wow. So, the next day, I sleep over there. The next day, I call the caretaker. I'm just like, just open for me. I take a few things. And then, nitafute rent, nikam nilipe. And then, this guy is not responding. He's not there physically and he's not picking up.
If it's not money talk, we are not doing this.
Yeah. So what do I decide? Let me take off. So I call my sister and I explain to her what has happened. My sister is like, you just come home. So I go to my sister and I start living with her. And now this is sometimes, this is now in November. Beginning of November, I start living with my sister. And I'm sleeping on her couch. And that couch felt like I was living in the best place in the world. If that couch could talk, I felt so safe there. I felt at home. I was so grateful. So I slept on that couch, and then I started, now I started hustling. I started hustling so hard. You won't believe, like 14 days. My rent was 14K. I really relate this to. My rent arrears was 14K. 14 days after I started living with my sisters, sleeping on the couch. 14 days. I got a deal. I closed a deal. I closed a $500,000 deal.
Oh.
14 days after these guys locked my house. After I was just crying on the floor, just outside my house. Closed a $500,000 deal. So, like I said, I was still doing events at that time. So I had this network of universities, so I would really produce like their pageants, these cultural weeks, cultural nights. So one of my clients that I had worked with the previous year is like, hey, so we have the cultural week coming up. Hey, come in, we discuss. This university is all the way in Rongai. First of all, I'm telling my sister, hey, I have to go to Rongai.
So transport.
So please. She sends me $1,000 bob. I'm like, great. I go to Rongai. I meet the dean, wearing my nice suit. We talk. Like literally, I was not there to negotiate. I was there to sign a contract. I walked in. It's like, hey, good to see you. How have you been since last year? Like I'm telling you, got the paper. I signed it, and he says, just pass by the accountant. He's going to give you the down payment, and then I went to Rongai without fare. I came back with 250,000 on a check.
Well, 14K, you can even clear a year's rent.
So now. I was just like, that was such a green light. And I was just like, you know what? Nothing is permanent.
Yeah.
So from that time, I'm very lighthearted with trouble, with issues. I'm very lighthearted with it. Me, whatever is going on today, I'm convinced that it's not going to be here forever. Yeah. Somehow, with consistency, great attitude, gratitude, it's going to work out.
Yeah.
Yep. So, that's not the end of the story.
Okay.
I go to pay my rent. The next day, I'm just like, you know what? Me, I show my sister, look, I have money. I bank it in 3 days. I'll pay you back. Give me my rent money. I tell my sister, give me 50 G's, which she gives me, and I go to pay my rent. I get there, and I get to my house, and my house door is wide open.
No.
There's nothing in that house. There's nothing. And I'm just like, wait, first of all, like, my rent was 14,000. Like, even if you sold my bed only, that would have,
you will get back the money.
Get your money, but you've taken everything. There's not, my clothes are not there, my shoes, everything was not there. I call this caretaker, he's not picking up. He's nowhere. I tell him that I've come to pay rent, he hangs up. And then we were not in touch with the landlord. We really just used to deal with the caretaker. So I started, finding my way to find the landlord. I found the landlord was like a big time busy guy who was never really, it's hard to reach him. So I was advised to go to the chief. Mm-hmm. So I started going to the chief at Kasarani. I was staying in Gumba. Mm-hmm. So I started going to the chief at Kasarani. I meet the chief day one. The chief starts looking for this guy. It was just back and forth. But then I just told myself, I'm in a new place. I feel like this money I can be able to get everything that I've lost. The most painful part is that I lost my birth certificate. I lost my passport. They were in that house. Like, do you know how much it is to replace a passport?
Well, I think then it was 10 G's for just lost.
Like, I paid 15,000 to replace my passport. Yeah, and I lost my driver's license. Just everything.
Everything that needs another process. Everything was gone. Like, even if, and this really pains me, because I'm like, even if you're auctioning someone to like you can't auction
why is my birth certificate and passport involved? Those are like documents at least you should have put on the side.
Yeah,
because I need that.
Yeah,
because who are you gonna sell that to?
You can't even
sell it.
Yeah.
So that was, and the most unfortunate part is, like, because I had stayed there for like maybe like a year. Mm-hmm. Or maybe like 8 months before I got to a point where I was not able to pay rent. I was really quote unquote friendly with this guy. I would buy him food. This caretaker guy. I just felt like, wow, the world came upside down.
Like a betrayal. Like you didn't even give me the basics.
The least you should have done is like, just let me take my things. Just evict me if you have to, Mm-hmm. Yeah, the toughest time of my life. Mm-hmm. And then even after getting this money, the 500K, and then it created a ripple effect. I started getting other gigs here and there. I did not move out immediately.
Mm-hmm. So you went back to your sisters?
No, I was still at my sisters. Even with this money, I was still with my sisters. Mm-hmm. I was just saving it. I was still at my sisters. Actually, through the year 2016 till mid 2016, I was still with her. I was traumatized that, okay, I could have this money now and move in the place, mm-hmm. and then lose everything.
So you had that fear.
Oh yeah,
fear of losing it all again.
Yeah, again. Because how do you
which I had, when you have that fear, you're going to lose it. Like when you keep yourself in that fear, you're definitely going.
Because you attract what you think about.
Yeah.
It becomes your reality.
Yeah.
Unfortunately. Yeah. So I stayed there for a bit, and then sometime in 2016 I moved out, and things were great after that.
Wow.
So not too bad after that.
Hey, this story is so inspiring. So guys, kama uko down sahi, sikia hii story.
Uko down sahi, that's not the end of it. The most important thing is how you see yourself, and you can't stop putting yourself forward first. You can't stop putting yourself forward. Yeah, like especially for boy child, for the boy child, hakuna mtu anakujenga jenga hapa na pale, hakuna mtu anakutumia kakitu akusaidia every now and then. You have to push yourself. You have to push yourself, and you just know the green light is not too far. It's not too far.
Yeah.
We just can't tell. We just can't tell. Yeah. There's a comedy show I was watching just 2 days ago with my friend. And that comedy show is like from maybe mid 2000s, from maybe 2005, maybe. It's an American one. And one of the guys who features on that comedy show is this very big time superstar right now. His name is Childish Gambino. He's on that comedy show. And we were just watching him and the way he was young and slender and just doing his thing, and and we had this moment where we just looked at each other and we were just like, this guy did not actually know who he was going to be.
Yes. Now
if he knew who he is, who he was going to be in 2023. Like, it's crazy. So you're probably in a place where you're just...
It's too dark.
It's
you
too
don't
dark
see.
right now. You can't see. But I think you just need to keep doing your best. Put your foot in front of the other. Make sure there's movement. And you never know where you're going to end up.
Wow.
Yeah.
Being in the industry of content creation and acting, there are young guys who are coming up right now.
Yes.
What mistakes do you see them making?
Right.
And how can they change that?
Yeah, this is a really fantastic question. Yeah, so many people, young guys who are starting, and one of the mistakes I see the young guys making is you want overnight success. There's nothing like that. There is nothing like that. Yeah. Not unless, I don't know what happens. It's a fluke. It happens to some people. You do one video, you trend, you become the biggest thing. Okay, that can happen. I'm not saying it cannot happen, but what are the chances? It's 1% out of 100.
And also sustainability
Also,
of that one hit.
Yeah, one hit, you have to sustain that as well. So, don't expect overnight success. I feel like young people should be patient. Put in the work and be patient. Be true to the work. Put in the work and be patient. Your job is to be consistent and to put yourself out there as much as possible.
Yeah.
That's where it ends. That's one of the things that I feel like young people are really trying to. They want things to happen overnight. Secondly, I feel like I feel like young people are very entitled. I feel like young people right now are very entitled. You feel like, honestly, nobody owes you nothing. Nobody owes you anything. Yeah. Nobody owes you anything, regardless of who they are. So I think you should be very grateful for every opportunity that comes your way. If you get paid X amount, deliver 10% over X amount. Earn yourself goodwill to be able to be called again, to be able to be looked at as someone that, I can be able to do this again with. Goodwill is a currency that you cannot buy. Nobody, you have to earn it. Yeah, so I think entitlement is the enemy of progress, so be very grateful. Thirdly, I think there's a mistake that young people are making. I think there's nothing like free lunch. There's nothing like free lunch. Open your eyes. Everybody wants something from you. You guys are being used, being taken advantage of in the sake of, I'm going to get some money, or this person is going to do this for me. This person is going to put me in a position that I want. Yeah. So if someone calls you for lunch or someone does something for you, ask yourself, what do they want out of it? There's nothing like free lunch. Even I scratch people's backs to scratch people so that they can scratch my back.
Yeah.
It's a
give and take.
It's a give and take. It's how the world works. So ask yourself, because you don't want to find yourself in a position where you've given yourself too much to the level where you feel that you've lost your worth.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah.
Or even especially in the influencing world.
Yes.
The clients or the agents see like, no, your worth is a drink, your worth is the lunch, your worth, like, we're used to you taking it, so what's different now?
Absolutely. So nothing like free lunch, know your worth. And sometimes when you take the free lunch, you know you're going to pay for it in a different way. Just know.
Okay. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you for having me.
This has been so dope.
Yeah.
We need to do it again.
Oh yeah. Let me go out there, do some very big fantastic things, then come back and talk about them.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for watching the episode. Please subscribe. I will see you guys on the next one. Bye.